Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your boy John Denver, aka The Prophet, aka Micah. Some of you even know me as George Balwell. Coming at you once again, just to talk about any old topic, about anything that I might be thinking of at the time. Today we're going to talk about Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer, because obviously I spend too much time indoors. So Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer are vampires, okay? And some of y'all might be like, "Oh, why you dissing on dude like that?" And I'm gonna really explain it to you, like this veiled hoax that perhaps it's some kind of Lord's temple where you come confess your sins and confront your demons, is really a travesty at best, okay? Because first of all, I'd like to preface this by saying that I do, in fact, watch these shows. In fact, that's why you see in this video, because I'm watching these shows and I'm venting how disgusting it is only after watching it, okay, and taking part in it. So you know what I mean? I just want to say that. So this idea that Steve Wilkos is somehow saving these people or, like, helping them is like a total farce, you know? As far as I can tell, he treats them much like the criminal justice system treats the so-called criminal element. He treats them as if they're guilty already, and as if the accusations are already guilty for him. He accuses them of whatever they've done, and usually puts them down throughout the entire show with the help of the audience. And of course, it's usually some kind of abuse, some kind of child abuse, usually molestation or spousal abuse, something that nobody in the social realm would dare to try to disacknowledge or say, it's like really, he could have a reason, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that there's a reason for that either, but I'm saying it's one of those things. It's like having Nazis in a movie as the bad guys, because you know that you can do anything to Nazis. Nobody's going to complain about that, you know what I mean? And if they do, they're probably Nazis, so fuck them anyway. Like I said, he treats them like the justice system treats the criminal element. He treats them as though they're already guilty. He accuses them. He psycho assaults them. He calls them scum, and he brings up every past mistake they ever made in their entire life. And he's like, you did this, and that's not the way a grown mother should act. And if it was up to me, you'd be in jail. It's like, dude, it's not up to you. Okay, and this also stems from the fact that he's like a former cop or whatever. He like harangues and harasses them, and treats them so badly until, of course, the truth, the supposed truth comes out, which is in the form of usually some home DNA test or like some, fucking lie detector test or whatever that they did on the show, which is like, really, you know what I mean? How definitive is that? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that these people did it and it's okay, or that they didn't do it and it's wrong that they were accused. I'm just saying that he postures and poses as somebody who's like involved in his community and is really taking a stance to help people. And, he has this kind of sort of nobility, this authoritarian I decide what's right and this is my space and my stage. Get off my stage right now and blah, blah, blah. And, it's kind of tired, man. You know what I mean? It's like, who the fuck are you, bro? So, like I said, then the truth comes out, and then if it turns out, that they're innocent, then it's all well wishes and congratulations, and hopefully you take this time to take care of your family correctly, and, white people everywhere give you their blessing, you know what I mean? Not to mention that Steve Wilkos, like I said, is a former cop in 9/11 and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Springer is like in a sense like nicer. You'll notice that nicer is in quotation marks because on Springer you're like paraded and ridiculed, and you're patronized, and you are kind of like having your intelligence undermined or whatever. And so, Springer's there and you're interacting with them and he's kind of being cool, but he's like making jokes throughout. And the audience is following along and they're making jokes and going, ooh and oh and and so it's kind of like this parading around, and they're kind of putting you on display, and they're kind of like poking fun at you. Like the one girl was like, my girl went out and she said she was play fighting with somebody in her bra and panties. So the next day I was on Facebook. The guy said, "Oh, do you want to smoke a blunt?" And I said, "Well, yeah, sure." And so he was horny and I was horny, so he carried me to the bathroom, and then Jerry says, "Oh, that's romantic." Oh, and the crowd laughs, ha, ha, ha. And he says, "Oh yeah, why didn't you just go to the bedroom?" And she's like, "Oh, well, we was too horny." He's like, "Oh, too horny to go to the bedroom? Oh, no, yeah, you're such a skank, blah, blah, blah." It's like, dude, I'm the one that's on the show to talk to you about my problem, dude. You're over here, like, ridiculing me, and it's low key. I mean, it's pretty passive. I mean, at least somebody that has no kind of self esteem or a sense of themselves or whatever. So at their brief description, he kind of undermines their intelligence, and pokes holes in their decision making, and then when the person you wrong is let out, I mean, they're let out to physically assault you. I mean, there's a fucking bell that rings for them to fight and throw. What, they be giving them water to throw on each other? Hopefully, a titty come out. All kind of silly shit like that. So it's like this, like kind of like this parading, and then it's just a sea of debauchery, a cesspool of this, like and all the hoots and hollerings, and all the people, and then at the end, like, people are giving questions or comments, and usually it's just like to diss these people who obviously have no self-esteem. They obviously have no sense of themselves. They kind of pick these people that are just kind of like of low intelligence, or at least seem to be of low intelligence, and seem to have no self-confidence. And you see, these, like, sometimes it would be like these beautiful girls, and then you see the guy and he's acting like a total douche, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? And it's like they picked them because of that, so it's kind of interesting when you think about it in that sense. Obviously, Jerry Springer is making more entertainment, and Wilkos is trying to, like, have like this noble cause or whatever, and I mean, I don't know. It's clear that a lot of the people on these shows, like I said, they don't have a lot of self-confidence, self-esteem. They're searching for someone. And sometimes it's just they want to be on TV. And I mean, I, for one, think that it's a fucking joke. At the same time, I don't blame them. I have, aspirations to be famous and all that kind of shit like that. But Steve Wilkos is someone who exploits people. He looks down on these people and judges them. And, he thinks that he has some kind of license to pass judgment on these people and tell them what they need to be doing with their lives and all these kinds of different things. And to me, it seems like he probably feels that way because he used to be a cop, and he might even cite that he used to be a cop as a reason that he's not a racist, which, I mean, he probably is, and so, like I said, Jerry is different because he kind of is like trying to entertain and kind of trying to keep it light and funny, bringing strippers on the show and like all this kind of silly shit. I want to give my wife a girl for the 3rd anniversary so we could have a threesome, and all this kind of shit. Hey, if it's like that, bro, get down, you know what I'm saying? But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like Wilkos is kind of like this lone gunman who's like, traveling from town to town, and he's righting wrongs, and it's just such a bunch of bullshit. In the end, they're just trying to make money, and they're trying to bombard you with advertising. And if this is a way to teach you how to behave, if TV is kind of teaching you how to behave, and if you think that it's not teaching you how to behave, I mean, you're not paying attention. You sleep, okay? Because it's called programming for a reason. These shows are something that I would definitely steer clear of. It's like the epitome of what is wrong with our country. Like, we are taking this terrible joy and using mob mentality to exact justice. And we're taking all this joy in these people's misfortunes, in their hurt, in their depression, in their pain, in their angst, and we're putting them on stage and saying, yeah, you should be proud of who you are, you fucking idiot. And it's really just such a sad, sad thing. And I, for one, don't want to participate in that. And, and so that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I feel like those two people are kind of symbols of, like, what is really wrong with our country. Like, advertising is just bombarding us. You know, we're getting hit with, you know, Jerry Springer. You know, my wife is having sex with my cousin and the babysitter. The guy brought out a girl who had sex, who cheated on her girlfriend with her brother, and then her brother came out and he was like acting like a total douche and being like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, she ain't shit, that was a one-time thing. And then they bring her baby moms out. So now you got the baby moms, the sister, the girl, the dude, all on stage, all talking about their silly shit, man. They come out swinging and shit. They trying to fight each other. And I mean, like I said, there's a fucking bell. I mean, it's ridiculous. So anyway, like I said, that's just, you know, kind of a little thing I put together to talk about, just because I'm passing time. I'm bored as fuck. You know, I'm not in the studio right now, and I'm trying to work on music projects and shit. I'm laid off from work. So, you know, hopefully you like the video. You know, make sure to like and subscribe. Check me out at JohnDenver4 at SoundCloud.com, JohnDenver4.bandcamp.com. Make sure to check out the links, all kinds of free music and different stuff. There's going to be some videos coming out soon. Look for that album, The Gray Pilgrim, coming at you. Look also out for that mixtape, Wall Street Monster. It's coming at that ass with the quickness. So you better keep your head up, keep your nose clean, keep your eyes open. This is your boy, John Denver, a.k.a. The Prophet, coming at you. Peace.